Hi everyone! Welcome! Thank you so much for being here. Matagal tayong hindi nakapagkita-kita dahil sa pandemic. So, I hope na you're all good and you are doing great. So, kailangan nating magpatuloy sa ating mga discussions. So, wala nang intro-intro. Punta na tayo ngayon sa ating mga discussions. We will be talking about leadership and decision making. For Module 1, pag-usapan natin ang Lesson 1 to 4. So, unahin na natin ang Lesson 1. So, una, we have the leadership and development. So, bagong lahat, palitin muna natin to para mas maging clear sa inyo. Ayan. Okay? So, leadership development. So, pag-usapan natin ang leadership versus followership. So, ano nga bang pinagkaiba ng leadership sa followership? So, kung babasahin ninyo, leadership is a capacity to influence a group or individual towards the realization of a goal. Hamantalang ang followership is the behavior of the followers that results from the leader-follower mutual influencing relationship. In other words, leadership is about influencing the followers to achieve common goals. So, sa followership naman, ito yung response ng mga followers sa leadership na in-extend ng mga leaders. Kaya sinabing behavior of followers. In that case, it results to what? Mutual influencing relationship. Anong ibig sabihin? Hindi lang leaders ang pwedeng maka-influence, but also the followers can influence the leaders. That's why there is a mutual relationship, mutual influencing relationship. Okay? So, commonly, sa leadership, mayroong leader. Of course, sa followership, mayroong followers. So, sa leader, he or she is someone who develop visions and motivate the members of or followers. So, sa follower naman is someone who is under the direct influence of the leader. So, kung ito yung leader, ito naman yung follower. Under siya ng authority of a leader. So, ganyan yung relationship nila. Okay? So, let's go to the 5 types of followers. We have passive, conformist, effective, alienated, pragmatic. So, sa passive followers, makikita nyo, low in critical thinking and involvement. So, ang ibig sabihin, these are people who lack initiatives and commitment. So, meron silang kakulangan sa pag-initiate o kaya hindi sila ganon nagkakaroon ng involvement sa organization. That's why kailangan ng constant supervision sa kanila. So, ang mga leaders, kailangan nilang bigyan ng supervision ang kanilang mga passive followers kasi nga they lack initiative and commitment. So we have conformist naman. Ito naman yung mga taong yes ng yes sa leader. So these are yes people. They are high in involvement and low in critical thinking. Ibig sabihin, masunuring mga followers. So even hindi tama, ginagawa na rin nila. So dahil nga masunurin sila, they are conformist followers. From the word itself, conform. So, parang nagko-comply, nagko-conform. Pag nag-comply ka, hindi naman yung parang sa kanta, hindi na yun. So, conformist. So, pang titignan mo lang yung parang root word niya, conform. So, yes people. These are yes people, high involvement and low critical thinking. So, gustong-gusto sila ng mga leaders kasi nga, they are yes people. Sige, sunod lang sunod. Kahit mali yung pinapagawa is go pa rin. So, ganun ang mga conformist. So, let's go to the effective followers. They are high in critical thinking. Ito siya. They are high in critical thinking and involvement. Ito naman yung mga taong more on initiative. Ako na dyan, sa part na yan. Parang ganun yung attitude nila. They also initiate change para sa organization, even they will encounter conflict with others for the benefit, just for the benefit of the organizations. Kung mali, mali. So, kahit kaibigan kita, mali yan eh, di ba? So, parang ganun. So, that is effective followers. So, when it comes to alienated follower naman, so they are low in involvement and high in critical thinking. So, low in involvement, walang initiative, mababa, high in critical thinking, they are skilled. So, meron silang abilities, capabilities. So, sila yung mga followers na nakakaramdam ng insecurities, yung feeling nila, they are not appreciated. So, ganun ka ba? Feeling mo, hindi ka nakikita, feeling mo, hindi ka na-appreciate o kaya hindi ka na-recognize. So, capable naman sila, pero they are not willing to participate. So, kaya mo naman eh, kaso nga lang, tamad ka lang, parang ganon. So, baka ikaw to. Diba? Alienated. So, they also love to dwell on negatives and ignore the positives. So, ang focus nila is on negative, kung ano yung sasabihin ng ibang tao, ano yung negative. So, ganun ang attitude ng mga alienated follower. So, lastly, we have pragmatic followers. They exhibit little styles from the 4 styles, depending on what style is fit to the situation. So, naglalaro sila dito. So, ngayon, sabi niya, depende sa kung anong style ang mag-fit sa situation. So, based on situation, they will adapt kung ano yung pwede or applicable na attitude or behavior with regards to the situation, based from the situation. So, it can be interpreted that these people present both positive and negative image. Minsan, ang pinapakita nila is positive. Oh, wow, ang sipag. Diba? Wow, ang galing. Minsan, negative naman ang nakikita ninyo, yung nakikita ng iba. O kaya mismo sila. So, kumbaga, kaya nilang magbago sa sitwasyon, depende sa sitwasyon, or mag-adapt sa sitwasyon in a positive way and a negative way. Pwedeng organizational interest yung gusto nila, or even self-interest ang manguna pag sila na ang gumalaw. So, question. If you are the leader, what type of follower would you like to have? Okay? So, anong gusto mong follower ang maging follower mo? So, gusto mo ba yung conformist? So, ang gagawin mo ngayon, comment down your answers. Okay? So, lagay nyo kung anong follower ang gusto nyong makasama kung kayo ang leader. Okay? So, kung gusto nyong lagyan ng justification, bakit? So, let it be. So, just comment down your answer, okay? Makikita ko yan. So, let's go to the 5 key elements of leadership. So, we have 5. Leaders, followers. We have influence, organizational objectives, change, and people. Sa leader, followers, leadership is shared to followers. One leader cannot figure it out all. So, hindi lahat alam ng leader. That's why leadership is shared to followers. We have this kind of style na democratic style. So, leadership is shared to the followers in which case that good followers also perform leadership roles when needed. So, ang resulta, the influencing process is between the leaders and the followers. Kaya nga siya two-way street. So, ibig sabihin, salitan, there is a mutual influencing relationship. Okay? So, sa influence naman, remember that the essence of leadership is influencing. Okay? And sa influencing, ginagamit dyan ang authority, ginagamit dyan ang power, ginagamit dyan ang politics, and negotiation. Organizational objectives. This is the purpose of the leadership to effectively achieve the organizational goals and objectives. So, lahat ng organizations merong objectives, merong goals na kailangang i-achieve. That is why it is one of the key elements of leadership because meron silang target objectives. Okay? So, change. Ano naman yung change? Change in status quo, system, strategy, and innovations. This is something that leaders and followers must be open to innovations. So, ayan. So, kailangan maging open sila sa innovations and environmental changes, especially in what? Systems, policies. So, kung may mga bagong palisiya, mga bagong rules na kailangan i-adapt. Okay? Strategies, what else? The economy, pag bumagsak ang presyo ng mga ganito, kailangan mag-adapt sa change. Okay? So, ganun ang change. People. So, pag sinabi mong people, take note that in leadership, it is about leading people. Through what? Through relationships. It's the people that accomplish the objectives of the organizations. So, ano naman ang importansya ng leadership? Meron tayong 7. It initiates action, motivation, providing guidance, creating confidence, building morale, builds work environment, coordination. So, yan yung mga kahalagahan ng leadership. Kung bakit merong leadership sa isang organization. So that the organization will prosper and become productive. The organization needs effective leadership in order to achieve their objectives. Aside from that, yung mga binanggit natin can be developed within the organizational environment. Kung ano mismo yung behavior ng bawat members of the organization. So, pwede nilang ma-achieve itong mga benefits na ito. So, what are the qualities of a leader? So, kung ikaw to, nandito ba yung mga qualities mo? Physical appearance. So, kailangan daw na hindi naman sa gwapo, kaya maganda, pero yung alam mo yung charm na meron yung isang leader, you can talk, you can influence through your physical appearance. Hindi lang mukha to So, pwedeng sa tindig, o kaya pwede sa galaw, o kaya pwede din sa pananalita. Okay? So, that's physical appearance. Vision and foresight. So, marunong siyang tumingin ng future. Parang futuristic ba? Alam niyang mag-determine kung ano yung mangyayari at saka magbigay ng mga goals and objectives for the organization. Intelligent, syempre, dapat maganda rin na meron siyang leadership skills. May mga trainings, may mga seminars. So, communication skills, of course, hindi lang yan sa hindi lang yan sa pagiging magaling sa English, okay, English language. More on interpersonal skills na kaya mong makipag-communicate, kaya mong makipag-interact with other people using your communication skills, okay, your people skills. So, parang ganun siya. So, objective, syempre, meron yung purpose mo, meron yung bakit ka magiging leader, yun yung, ano ba yung goal mo as a leader. So, knowledge of work. So, syempre, you should be aware of your work. You should be aware kung ano yung mga responsibilities mo. Sense of responsibility, self-confidence, and willpower. Yan, mga yan. Humanist. So, pagiging humanitarian na, alam mo ba yung parang mga tao, di ba? So, empathy. Ano ba yung empathy? Putting yourself in the shoes of others. Putting yourself in the situation of others. That's empathy. Para maramdaman mo kung ano yung meron sila. Yun yung mga qualities na meron dapat ang isang leader. Okay? So, ano man ang pinagkaiba ng leader at saka manager? Napakadaming debate when it comes to this concern. So, pag sinabi mong leader, they are with or without formal title or authority. So, ang leader pwedeng manager, pwedeng non-manager. Okay? So, pero ang manager with formal title and authority. So, merong position. Ang leader, whether or not merong position, can be a leader. Okay? All managers are leaders, but not all leaders are managers. Tama ba yan? So, it is temporary. Sabi niya dito. So, yun. All leaders can be managers, but not all managers. Ano ba? All managers are leaders, but not all leaders are managers. All leaders are not all managers are leaders. Tama yun siya. So, it is temporary by nature and ang manager is it is more on stable. So, bakit stable? Kasi nga merong formal authority, merong formal position. Ang leader cannot be or without formal title. So, pwedeng mapalitan kagad-agad kasi nga it can be with the formal position or without formal position. So, ang leader tells how to do. Ang manager tells what to do. So, kung ikaw ang leader, makikita mo agad kung leader siya kasi nga ang gagawin niya, siya mismo ang mangunguna. Siya mismo yung magsasabi ano bang gagawin mo. Paano gagawin. Yun yung point pala. So, paano gagawin yung isang bagay? Ang manager, sasabihin niya sa'yo, ito yung gagawin. Okay? So, for a leader, influence others through initiatives. Pag manager, it influence others through directives. So, pag makikita mo ang isang leader, siya mismo yung nandun sa harapan. Siya mismo yung nangunguna para yung mga followers niya, ma-influence niya, tularan siya. Ang manager, syempre, it also influence others, pero through his authority, through directives, through his formal title, formal position. Kasi nga, dahil siya yung manager, siya yung may formal position na tinitignan sa isang organization, susundin siya. Pero, parang sa bakbakan, kumbaga, sa isang gera, di ba? Kung leader ka, may leader ka, ikaw yung nandun sa harapan para mangunang makipagbakbakan. Kung manager ka naman, dun ka. So, parang ganon yung illustration natin. So, question. Leaders are born or leaders are made? This is a big conflict between researchers and a big debate between scholars. Bakit? Kasi nga, maraming nagsasabi na leaders are born. Marami din nagsasabi that leaders are made. Pero according to research, it states that leaders are both born and made. So, parehong born, parehong made. Nga lang, based on the statistical data, there are 30% of leadership is heritable. So, hereditary. 70% is developed. So, mas malaki yung porsyento ng leaders are made. Mas mababa yung porsyento ng leaders are born. Pero, they are both born and made. Okay? So, can leadership be taught and developed? Of course, sabi nga kanina natin, 70% is developed. So, the answer is yes. Leadership is an individual capability. So, meron kang kakayahan, meron kang sariling kakayahan para i-lead ang isang tao or sa isang grupo ng mga tao. So, what are the skills you need in terms of management or managerial leadership skills? We have technical, interpersonal, and decision-making skills. So, for technical skills, it is your ability to use tools and equipment. And ang ibig sabihin, yung mga paggamit ng mga computers, yung mga fax machines, parang gano'n. What else? Mga Xerox machine, lahat ng mga equipment or other tools na ginagamit, technically ng either mga professionals like engineers o kaya mga scientists o kaya ano pa ba, mga ITs, they are technical skills. Okay? So, for interpersonal skills, it is ability to interact. So, nandito na yung communication skills, people skills, motivating skills. So, sama-sama na siya doon. Interpersonal skills. You have that ability to interact, communicate effectively, motivate, negotiate, and build relationship with others. So, take note, pinaka-importante dyan is building relationship with others. Okay? So, for decision-making skills naman, it is the ability to conceptualize, diagnose problems, critical thinking, analyze and recognize problems, and opportunities. So, take note, nandyan yung critical thinking. So, kasama kasama na siya doon sa decision-making skills. It is your ability to conceptualize. So, problem solving din, nandito na rin. So, analyzation, recognizing problems, and opportunities. That is decision-making skills. So, ano ba yung mga pangangailangan ng isang management when it comes to leadership skills? Pag sa top level, more on interpersonal and decision-making skills. Kasi nga, top level siya, kailangan niyang magkaroon ng good communication skills, good interaction, motivation sa kanyang mga nasasakupan. So, kailangan din niya magkaroon ng decision-making skills kasi nga, sila yung decision maker, sila yung nasa taas, pinakamataas. Diba? Kung centralization form of government yan, pupunta sa taas, pinakamataas yung decision making. Kaya kailangan nila ng decision making skills. So, sa middle level naman, balance between the three skills. So, kailangan meron lahat yan. Pero, balance lang. So, first level naman, ang pinakakailangan nila dyan is technical. Kasi nga, more on operational sila. Sila yung mga nandun sa mga bagay na day-to-day transactions. Ganoon. So, interpersonal skills, sila yung mga nakipag-communicate sa mga clients, negotiate with clients. Ganyan. So, yun ang kailangan ng mga first level managers. So, leadership roles naman tayo. And styles. Meron tayong interpersonal as to informational and decisional. Ito, na-discuss na natin ito sa organization and management ninyo. Mabilis ba ako? Mabilis kasi abo na tayo ng isang oras. Okay, so masyadong mahaba. Pero, at least meron tayong natututunan, okay? So, na-discuss na natin to noon. Meron na tayong mga discussions about dito. Pinag-usapan na natin. So, balikan nyo na lang. Okay? So, leadership styles naman. So, more likely, we have democratic, autocratic, laissez-faire, and bureaucratic leadership style. So, sa democratic, we have decisions came from leaders with participation of the team members. So, kaya tinawag na democratic or participative leadership style kasi nga, the leadership is shared. So, the leaders invite and encourage the team members to play an important role in decision-making process. Through what? Through the ultimate decision-making power rests with the leader. So, ang problema lang dito kasi is time consuming. Bakit? Kasi, dahil sa leadership is shared, kailangan magkaroon ng participations ang mga members in decision making. So, merong participation. So, mas mabagal, mas tagal yung decision making kasi nga, you need to consult from your team members. Okay, so matatagalan pa talaga. When it comes to autocratic leadership naman, the leader get things done. So, siya na yung mag-decide or ito yung tamang gawin. So, yan. So, ang tendency, it leads to speedy decision making and greater productivity under leaders' supervision. So, ganun ang autocratic. Ginagamit niya yung authority niya in order to decide efficiently. So, parang ganun. So, mas mabilis yung decision making. Okay, so, laissez-faire naman. Sa laissez-faire naman, no supervision among members. Bakit no supervision among members? Because they are already skilled. Ginagamit ang leadership style nito kapag ang mga empleyado mo or ang mga members of your organization are skilled people. They can decide for their own. So, they have this total trust with their members. So, sa bureaucratic leadership style naman, strict compliance with organizational policies. So, yung leaders strictly adhere to the organizational rules and policies. For example, sa promotion, diba, it takes place on the basis of the employees' ability to adhere to organizational rules. Pero, ang leadership style na ito discourages creativity and does not make employees contented. So, bakit kaya? Kasi nga, they are bound by rules. So, kung ano yung sahod mo ngayon, based sa batas na meron, ang organization nyo, yun na yun. So, wala na. So, walang flexibility. So, based on rules tayo, based on organizational policies. Okay? So, yun ang mga styles na ginagawa ng ating mga managers and leaders. So, let's go to the effective leadership skills. So, ano ba yung mga kailangan mong matutunan para maging effective leader? Una, master your time. Pangalawa, ask questions. Master your time, time management. So, ang mga best possible solutions or recommendation with regards to this way is to schedule. So, kailangan meron kang scheduling. Meron kang kalendaryo. Ano yung mga gagawin mo. So, ask questions. You have that confidence to inquire. You have that confidence to transact. You have that confidence to debate, di ba? So, yun yung mga kailangan na i-possess mo as a effective leader kung gusto mo yan. So, manage employees, professional growth. So, nagpapatraining, mga ganyan. So, let your employees speak. So, initiatives ng mga, parang alam mo yung, you are willing to hear the ideas from your employees or you're willing to hear the ideas from your members. So, what else? Facilitate brainstorming and generate ideas. So, ayan, parang katulad lang siya nito. Be visionary. So, more likely ito yung mga kinakailangan sa isang leader, sa isang leaders. Kasi nga, kailangan kaya niyang magkaroon ng makapag-predict na ito yung goal natin, ito yung vision natin, gusto natin maging ganito, ito yung magiging foundation natin para ma-achieve yung goals ng ating organizations. Okay? There are some important leadership skills usually used in actual management, and these are the effective leadership skills. Okay? So, lesson 2 na tayo. Leadership traits and ethics. So, pag sinabi mong leadership traits, we are referring to personal qualities. Ano ba pinagkaiba ng personality and traits? Meron bang pinagkaiba yan? Meron. Pero, they are related. Meron pinagkaiba pero they are related. Ang personality is a combination of traits. So, ang traits kanina, parang singular lang siya. Ang personality, this is plural. Okay? So, combination kasi yan, di ba? So, pinagsama-sama ang mga traits from what? From genetics and environmental. So, hindi lang yung hereditary traits na namana mo, pati na rin yung environmental factors na na-learn mo from these variables, schools, friends, family, work, church. So, yun yung nag-develop kung ano yung personality mo ngayon. So, for example, kung bungangera yung mother mo o yung tatay mo, anong result? Diba? So, parang ganon. Bungangera ka rin ba? So, parang hindi naman. So, kung ang personality mo is ganon, maybe more on genetics ka. So, or maybe more on environmental. Yung friends mo, baka ganon. Kaya na-influence ka. So, ganon ang personality. Kung sino yung mga kasama mo, it develops your personality. So, for example, kung nandun ka sa school at bastos ka, parang ganon. So, parang ang tendency, ang interpretation na makakapakinig is ganon siya sa bahay nila, ganon siya sa mga kaibigan niya, bastos din. So, parang ganon. Kung mabait ka, matalino ka, ganon din yung interpretation nun. Okay? So, parang psychology lang. Okay? So, effective leadership traits. Ito yung mga leadership traits na kailangan para maging effective. Paraphrase. Okay? So, effective communicator, accountable and responsible. What else? Long-term thinkers. Effective communicator, dapat malinaw at saka maiintindihan ng kausap mo. What else? Accountable and responsible. Bakit sinabing liability of leaders? Kasi nga, as a leader, you have that liability to become accountable. Meaning, meron kang responsibilidad. You have that obligation to become accountable. Kailangan maging accountable ka sa ginampanan mong trabaho, ginampanan mong posisyon. Okay? So, dapat responsible ka rin. Long-term thinkers, visionaries na to. Self-motivated, exceeding expectations. So, kahit walang promotion, you are being motivated by your own goals. So, what else? Confident. So, kailangan ito, hindi pwedeng hiya-hiya, di ba? Sa pagiging leader, hindi pwedeng mahiyain, okay? So, pero kung mahiyain ka at naging leader ka, it can be developed. Okay? So, people-oriented, they are team players. So, ang example nito is, parang for example is, family-oriented. So, kung family-oriented ka, more ang focus mo is on your family. Parang malapit yung loob mo sa pamilya mo. So, parang people-oriented lang din. Malapit yung loob mo sa mga tao. So, you are being team player of your organization. Emotionally stable. So, dapat meron kang good control of behavior and situation. So, kaya mong mag-adapt. You are being flexible. Meron kang kakayahan na i-control ang sarili mo, yung personality mo, yung behavior mo. Okay? Ganun ang effective leadership traits na needed for the organizational productivity. Okay? So, traits of a bad leader. So, kung effective leader kanina, ano naman yung mga traits of a bad leader? Una, too bossy. Pangalawa, fearful of change. Sino sa inyo ang mga mukhang boss? O kaya, what else? Nagbobosi-bosihan. Ano yun? Parang, kala mo boss, parang ganun. So, hindi naman siya. Maraming ganun. Pero, wala tayong magagawa. Ganun talaga yung personality na naman nila. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin? Maging effective. Magkaroon tayo ng effective leadership traits. Parang kanina. Okay? So, fearful of change. Ayaw matuto ng mga technology. Ayaw matuto ng mga bagong strategies. Unwilling and unable to communicate effectively. What else? Dismissive of ito, ayaw niyang makinig sa iba. Ayaw niyang parang hindi niya, nahihirapan siyang makipag-interact with others. So, dismissive of ideas, ito yung ayaw niyang makinig sa iba. Inconsiderate, pagiging inconsiderate. Kasi nga, he or she is unwilling to hear ideas from others. Lack of empathy, di ba? Sabi nga, hindi niya iniintindi kung ano yung nararamdaman ng ibang tao. Hindi niya nalalaman o kaya hindi niya naiintindihan. So, what else? Inconsistent. So, hindi tuloy-tuloy yung leadership. Kunyari, okay siya ngayon, bukas wala na. Parang ako. Hindi, joke lang. So, may video ngayon, next time wala na. Hindi, kayo naman, based on the workload lang. Okay? So, blame others. Mahirig mamunto. Kasalanan mo kasi. Parang ganun. So, indecisive. What is indecisive? It is about having a hard time to make decisions. Nahihirapan kang magkaroon ng decisions o magbigay ng decisions. Bakit? You are not confident. You are not confident to make decisions. That is a bad trait of a leader. Okay, so we go now to the Big Five model. Model of personality. So, pag sinabi mong Big Five model of personality, para matandaan mo yan, meron tayong acronym. Ocean. Okay? So, Ocean. Ocean means openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, neuroticism. Ayan. So, openness, pag sinabi mong openness, it's about thinking outside the box. Ano ba yung sinasabi ng openness dito? In the context of Big Five model, ito yung openness to experience, openness to ideas, yun. So, it refers to one's willingness to try new things. So, you are able to adapt new innovations. It includes the ability to think outside the box. So, parang ang sinasabi nating personality dito is meron tayong flexibility, meron tayong intelligence, and internal locus of control. Ano ba yung internal locus of control? Pag sinabi mo kasing locus of control, it's about your belief on your own destiny or fate, belief on your performance, di ba? Dalawa yan kasi, externalizers and internalizers. So, pag externalizers, ito yung mga tao na ang paniniwala nila is wala silang control sa fate nila o yung destiny nila. Dahil wala silang control doon, hindi rin sila naniniwala na yung behavior o yung personality na meron sila is nakaka-apekto sa performance na maibibigay nila sa organization. Anong yung epekto? Siyempre, unproductive ang organization. So, pero, meron din tayong tinatawag na internalizers. Kabaligtaran naman ito ng externalizers. So, sa internalizers, naniniwala sila na may epekto yung behavior nila, yung personality nila sa kanilang performance, yung resulta ng kanilang performance. So, kung mahilig kang magsinungaling, naniniwala ka na yung performance mo is hindi magiging maganda. Diba? Kung tamad ka, yung personality mo is tamad, syempre, yung productivity mo hindi magiging maganda. So, ganun yung paniniwala ng isang internalizers when it comes to the locus of control. So, that's locus of control. Ito yung paniniwala mo na yung personality mo can affect your overall performance, which is pagiging open yun. Meaning, you are giving importance to your performance based on what is your personality. Nagulan ba kayo? I-rewind mo na lang. Okay? So, next tayo. Conscientiousness. Ano naman yung conscientiousness? It's about the person's level of goal orientation and persistence. Meaning, goal-oriented and being persistent. Yung bang determinado ka na matapos ang isang trabaho or proyekto para ma-achieve yung objective mo or yung desires and goals mo. That is conscientiousness. Yung personality mo dito is more on, it includes dependability and integrity. So, pag sinabi mong dependable, it is about being committed and responsible. Sa integrity naman, it's about being honest and ethical. So, ethical, pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya. Ethical leadership. So, extraversion, often known as extroversion. So, kilala siya bilang extroversion. Pero ang pangalan talaga niya is extraversion. Extrovert, introvert. So, parang mas maintindihan nyo, no? So, extrovert or extraversion, this is someone seeks interaction with their environment. So, mahilig silang makipag-socialize. Magaling silang makipag-interact with other people. So, kabaliktaran naman siya ng introvert, diba? So, mahiyain, o kaya tahimik, mga ganyan, yung mga introvert. So, ganun ang pagiging sa extraversion. They are sociable, they are assertive, and outgoing. So, agreeableness naman is describe the extent to which a person prioritizes what? The needs of others over their own needs. So, mas importante pa yung pangangailangan nila kaysa yung pangangailangan mo. So, what do we call that? Empathy. Okay? So, it is about having sociability and emotional intelligence. So, sociability is about understanding group members. So, maiintindihan mo yung mga members mo and ang ibig sabihin nito, ito yung pagiging friendly mo or yung courteousness mo sa iba. Ano pa? Pagiging diplomatic. Okay? So, in terms of emotional intelligence naman, ito yung ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, what else? Communicate effectively, what else? Empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. So, ang resulta, you are able to work well with others. Okay? So, in other words, ito yung interpersonal skills mo na naipapakita sa ibang tao. Meron itong 4 na components. Okay? So, sa emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, meron siyang self-awareness, what else? Social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. Don't worry, nasa module niya yan. So, self-awareness, ibig sabihin is yung consciousness mo sa iyong emotions. Aware ka sa emotions mo. Pag social awareness naman, it is about understanding your society or understanding others. It's about empathy. So, parang yung social awareness. So, self-management. Pag sinabi mong self-management, it is about controlling your emotions. Kaya mong makontrol. Kanina, aware ka lang. Ngayon, kaya mo nang control. It's about management. Okay? So, in relationship management naman, working well with others dependent on the other three components. So, working well. Ibig sabihin, magiging maganda yung pakikitungo mo sa ibang tao depende sa self-awareness mo, social awareness mo, and controlling of emotions when it comes to self-management. Okay, lastly, we have neuroticism. So, it's about emotional stability. So, neuroticism describes a person's tendency to respond to stressors with negative emotions. So, ito yung mga negative impacts or negative response na pinapakita mo kung saan ang nagiging resulta is pagiging depressed, anxiety, anxious ka, pagod ka na, parang ganun. So, insecure, what else? Vulnerable and hostile. In other words, it describes your overall emotional stability. Kung paano mo tinitingnan ng isang sitwasyon or yung mismong mundo. Kung paano mo tinitingnan, di ba? So, ang tendency lang kasi noon, ang reaction mo kasi dito is negative. Kaya meron siyang tendency to be depressed. Diba? Yung emotional stability ng iyong sarili, nakadepende sa kung ano yung sitwasyon na meron sa world. Pinapakita nun sa'yo. So, pag neuroticism pinag-usapan, it's your emotional stability. So, yung tendency mo na magkaroon ng negative emotions. Okay? Let's go to ethical leadership. Ayan. So, ethical leadership. How to become ethically lead your followers. Remember that ethics are the standards of right and wrong. So, pag kinag-usapan natin ng ethics, syempre, meron dyan yung choosing the right from the wrong. Okay? So ginagamit din siya sa leadership. Okay? So, right behavior is ethical, syempre, and wrong behavior is unethical. So, common sense yun. Ethical leadership is a form of leadership that is acceptable and appropriate in every area of their life. So, ang ethical leadership daw is about choosing the right from the wrong, which is acceptable and appropriate in any area of your life. So, kung ano yung acceptable and appropriate, yun yung kailangan nating sundin. Yun yung kailangan nating maging behavior. Okay? So, three major elements of ethical leadership. We have be the example, champion the importance of ethics, communicate. So, leading by example, yung kanina, and then leading in ethical, and leaders as communicators. Bakit siya elements? Kasi nga, syempre, kapag leader ka, kailangan mong ikaw mismo is ethical in terms of your moral development. So, you should lead by example. So, what else? Champion the importance of ethics. Kailangan mo maintindihan kung bakit importante ang ethics sa leadership. So, you should lead ethical. Okay? So, communicate. Leaders as communicators. Importante na ang communication skills ng isang leader is ethical also. Okay? So, aglamdo ka pa man. Impacts of ethical leadership. The well-being of individual, energy of the team, and the health of organizations. Ano daw yung magiging epekto ng ethical leadership? Kapag ang leadership mo is ethical, magiging maganda daw ang well-being of the individual. So, ibig sabihin, yung growth and development ng isang follower, ng mga followers, will be tataas, magiging productive. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ethical yung leader mo, kapag ginagawa niya yung tama, syempre yung mga followers niya can lead to growth and development professionally, personally, di ba? So, what else? Energy of the team. High performance of the organization. So, it developed the high performance of the organization kapag ethical yung leadership. So, meaning, ang ibig sabihin niyan is tama or maganda yung transactions ng organization. Tama yung ginagawa ng yung leader, tama din yung mga proseso na ginagawa within the organization. That's why it leads to high performance. So, what else? The health of the organization. Good relationship within the organization. So, yung relationship between followers and leaders became more intact because of this ethical leadership. Siyempre, sino ba naman ang gustong ang leader niya is sinungaling, di ba? Ang leader niya is hindi ginagawa yung tama. Ang leader niya is something na unethical, di ba? Magkakaroon ba ng good relationship sa isang organization pag ganun? Hindi, of course. So, we have 4 model of ethical leadership na ginagamit in order to become ethical in terms of leadership. For V, values, vision, voice, and virtue. Pag values, of course, the standards of behavior. Ano ba yung meron ka ngayon? Ano yung tama? Ano yung, ito yung, kunyari, ito yung, ano ba? Ito yung level ng pagiging tama. Ito yung mali. Ito yung pinakatama. So, parang gano'n, nandito ka. Values. Standards of behavior. So, vision, future-oriented. Tinitingnan mo yung kalalabasan ng mga actions at transactions ng iyong organization. So, ito yung magiging output natin. So, parang voice, expression of formulated ideas. So, kailangan mo ding matutunan yung pag-control ng communication within your organization kasi nga it is very important to consider the expression of formulated ideas within your group. Okay? So, it can lead to distraction kapag hindi maganda yung communication niyo. Virtue. Ito naman yung high moral values. Kanina, values lang, no? So, kanina, nandito tayo. Ngayon, ang virtue is nandito sa taas. Yung expectation mo, mas mataas pa. Diba? Wow! Nasobrahan yung kabaitan. So, parang ganun. So, what else? Factors influencing ethical behavior. Ano ba yung mga nakaka-impluwensya sa ating pag-uugali, diba? Una, personality traits and behavior. So, yung mga environmental factors and hereditary factors na meron tayo noon na na-adapt natin. So, it becomes a factor, okay, that influence our behavior. Moral development, choosing right from wrong. So, pag sinabi mong moral development, it is your decision to choose the right thing from the wrong. So, meron niyang tatlong level. Pag pre-conventional, it is about choosing the right and wrong based on self-interest. So, ang tendency is, ang tinitignan mo dyan, reward or punishment. So, self-interest. Magbe-benefit ba ako? Hindi. Diba? So, parang ganon. So, ang ibig sabihin ng pre-conventional is something that you will choose the right if you will get a reward. Okay? So, parang ganon yung magiging illustration natin or yung analyzation natin. Pag conventional naman, we are living up to the expectation of others, which are accepted by others, even it is not ethical. So, conventional, yun yung stage kung saan kung ano yung expectation ng tao sa'yo, yun yung ginagawa mo. Kahit mali, kapag accepted ng tao, for example, falsification of public documents, di ba? So, yung ginagawa ng organization ninyo, pino-forge yung mga pirma ng mga kasama ninyo. So, sa kanila, accepted na yon. So, ang nangyari is you are living up to the expectation of others. Kasi nga accepted, kahit mali, ginagawa ninyo. So, ginagawa ng isang tao. So, it affects the ethical behavior of a leader kapag ganon. So, for example, lying, cheating, stealing, when it become a norm and accepted, so, parang okay na lang. So, ganon. Conventional ang tawag doon. So, what else? Post-conventional naman. Kanina, pre-conventional. Tapos, conventional. And then, lastly is post-conventional. Ito yung stage na ginagawa mo na yung tama, regardless of the consequences. So, you are choosing the right from the wrong, regardless of consequences. Gagawin ko to kahit na makaaway ko pa yung boss ko. Kasi ito yung tama. Parang gano'n. So, yun yung moral development. 3 levels of moral development. So, yun yung nakaka-apekto kung ano yung pinapakita nating behavior. Ethical ba or unethical? So, personality traits, ay the situation tayo. Situation. So, sa situation, of course, yung ethical behavior na pinapakita mo is based on the situation. Kung galit siya, galit ka rin, ganun ba? Kung parang tamad siya, tamad ka rin. So, kung ano yung need ng organization, yun yung pinupuno mo, either positive or negative. So, it influence yung environmental factors, yung situation na meron, ano yung background or context of the situation, affects the ethical behavior of a person. Okay? So, ganun siya. Okay. So, guides to ethical behavior, we have golden rule, 4-way test, code of ethics, stakeholders approach to ethics, and discernment and advice. So, sa golden rule, syempre, you want to be lead in a way na gusto mo ding ma-lead. Diba? You want to be treated in a way that you want to be treated. Kung gusto mong magandang trato, tratatruhin mo sila ng maganda. So, yun yung golden rule. Kung anong gusto mong mangyari sa'yo, yun din ang kailangan mong gawin sa iba. So, pangalawa, 4-way test. Ano ba yung 4-way test na yun? Ito yung mga questions na kailangan mong tingnan para mas maging ethical yung behavior na meron ka. Una, ang tanong mo sa sarili mo, is it the truth? Totoo ba ito? So, is it fair to all concerned? So, parang baka unfair naman sa iba pag sinabi ko to, kaya man ganun. So, pangatlo, will it build goodwill and better friendship? So, makakatulong ba to sa relationship namin, bawat isa? o kaya baka makakasira. Pangapat, will it be beneficial to all concerned? So, hindi lang ikaw yung magbe-benefit. Lahat ng concern should be beneficial. So, parang yung mga questions na kailangan i-consider in order to gain ethical behavior. So, pero ang according to a sociologist, sabi niya, tell the truth even it hurts. It hurts. Tell the truth even it hurts. So, parang ganun. So, okay. So, Code of Ethics. Commonly ginagamit sa government. Meron tayong Republic Act 6713 or the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards of Public Officials and Employees. Yan yung standard when it comes to ethical behavior of the government employees. So, kung may mga nakita kayong mga government employees na sa tingin nyo is unethical in their behavior, you can sue them. Diba? What else? Stakeholders' approach to ethics. It's about win-win situation. So, parang yung kanina, last question natin sa 4-way test, is it beneficial to all concerned? So, kailangan win-win situation yung magiging kalalabasan. Pangapat is discernment and advice. Ang discernment, more likely, ginagamit yan sa spiritual matters, diba? Spiritual thing. Discernment is your ability to choose and stand for the right rather than wrong. So, more on parang moral development. Also, seeking advice is very important. So, kapag if you want to make some decisions and you are struggling to choose the right thing, you need to seek advice in order to build that ethical behavior. Okay? So, yun yung lesson 1 and 2 natin. I think it is very long na yung discussion natin. We will have our part 2 for lesson 3 and lesson 4. Okay, so we will do for lesson 3 and 4. Wait for part 2.